So my story started about 18 years ago on this farm. I've been on the farm for 18 years, and I call it, I've been adopted by David and Sue Sonnenberg, the owners of Dimersfontein. Those of you that drink wine know the coffee pinotage very well. Thank you, Peter Scholes. So, I mean, as soon as your name is linked to something that's superb, immediately you need to go to a next level. So long and the short of us, myself, I actually grew up as a normal laborer's child. I'm not here to tell you a pitiful story of how I grew up and you know, the whole story of Black economic empowerment and government and all of that. And I know we're not allowed to swear on this group today, but let's put everything of that aside. Let me just tell you a story of really good hope, tenacity, and going on. As you all can see, I'm a woman of color, and I'm very proud of being a woman of color. But this woman of color decided to enter an industry, a wine industry that never belonged to my culture. Let me tell you, I grew up in the DOP system. Any of you that knows the DOP system very well, that is part of our bad history. So I grew up, both my mom and my dad were farm laborers, and I grew up on a small farm called Pinel. That's about 4,600 people today. I'm very proud to still live there. I'm not going to move out of there. In Afrikaans sê hulle, ek het my eie plekse gemors gevat. I married my husband from Pinel, and I'm still very happy, and I've got 3 beautiful daughters, and I can speak English today. So yeah, ek het glad nie Engels groot geword nie. So growing up as a child, it was just simple enough to know that you pick the grapes, it goes into the bottle, and there you go. And that is all I knew about wine. And you know what? The one thing that intrigued me so much was the fact when I couldn't go to a restaurant in the apartheid era, and I would stand in front of Spur, then my uncle will come home, altyd dronk. And I mean, really, it was always a whole thing about drinking too much, a lot of violence and stuff. But then you sit and you look through the Spur windows and you see this white auntie sit, and she swirl the glass and she drink the wine and she appreciate what she sees, and she pair it with food and all these fancy nancy stuff that I didn't know of. And then I've got a simple question to my mom. Mommy, why is it that this auntie don't get drunk? And Uncle Clive is always gesyp. Wat gaan aan? And then she said, that's why you don't drink wine, Denise. My sister Renelle and my brother Wellington, it is bad, you're going to die. So I literally grew up that wine is bad for you. And look at me today. I'm in this industry. I love it. I told myself I'm going to teach me the art of wine drinking, and I absolutely love it. This is my breakfast for this morning. So you can imagine how fortunate I am to have a bottle of wine for coffee. So yes, I am on it. I love it, and I love being in this industry. So when I entered the industry, I used to be in corporate. I used to work for the medical private group, but I always had this love for the farm, and I worked into communities on the farm and also at Pinel. And here this Jewish guy, Mr. David Sonnenberg, advertised. He's looking for an HR officer, just to come and change the life of his community. That was the objective. I need a person of color that can get down to the roots, speak to my people, and change their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, I never knew 18 years ago that my life would have changed like this. It was only for me to change that my people start thinking bigger than just being farm workers. And here I got to this beautiful farm, Dimersfontein, where the owners came back from the UK, David and Sue Sonnenberg, David, a clinical psychologist, and Sue, a teacher in art, and his father. And you all know that the Sonnenberg started Woolworths in the world. They wanted to change for the right reasons. Nothing to do with the BEE scorecard, nothing to do what government wants you to do. They wanted to do it from the heart. The long and the short of it, I was devastated to see 18 years back, there was not a lot of movement with people of color in this wine industry. I've gone around, I've seen window dressing first grade, and I saw, oh, yeah, dit gaan nie werk nie. So I came back to the farm. I said, David, please, let's just go underground here. Don't tell anyone what we're going to do. Let's put our plans together. What do you want me to do? And I tell you what we can do together. So Dimas Fontaine's got a hospitality business, which is a guest house, a beautiful wine brand, conference facilities, and a restaurant. And David said, why don't we start a baby Dimas Fontaine? And we call her Thokozani, which means celebrations. The biggest mistake I made in my life. I grew up Afrikaans. Hoekom ek gesê geluk of iets soos dit nie? No, because government said we need to look at the 11 languages. So why don't we do it Zulu? I can't even speak the language. So I just started following, and I think that's where I started doing it wrong. And Thokozani was born, and we created our first wine. It's called Thokozani. It is a Shiraz Mourvedre Viognier blend, a Rhone blend. Luister vir my, I can speak wine now. Okay, so I just don't forget, I didn't know anything about wine, so now I know wine. And a Rhone blend. And on the age of 37, David Sonnenberg took me to his tasting room and he said, Denise, you have learned now to talk wine, but you don't drink wine. So can't we just introduce you to wine? I had my first sip of wine when I was 37 years old, and damn, it was bad. The reason was I didn't understand about necessity, everything that goes into this bottle. I don't understand how they made it, how you got to it, how is it that people enjoy it. And he sent me to the vineyard, and he sent me to the cellar. And I worked like a farm worker, and I started to understand the whole process of winemaking. So please ask me anything. I can also swirl my glass today, and I'm very proud of it. The biggest thing that happened was the farm workers needed to become part of this business. When I walked into those vines, I realized, oh, Here, hier gaan het nou. Dit gaan moeilikheid wees. Everyone said to me, Denise, we are happy in our comfort zone. We find to be a farm worker because my father and my grandfather used to be a vineyard worker. And we find with that, no ambition, nobody wants to be bigger than that. And here Mr. Sonnenberg came to me and said, they need to become shareholders. They need to have ownership, blah, 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 blah. The big word about equity and all of that. I needed to start studying. I didn't know anything about this. So I really started getting my head around this, because there's nothing for farm workers. Because of my time, I just need to shrink quickly. So what have we done with the workers? I implemented a training program for the farm workers. Ladies and gentlemen, we had some training people here. And what I realized the first time, the farm workers, they felt inferior. Hulle was bang. They left school grade 5, grade 6. They're not educated, and suddenly I need to change their lives, and they need to become now owners of a business. And I started changing the mindset. I asked our chef to bake a cake, 1 meter by 1 meter, half vanilla, half chocolate, on a table. And I said to the 135 farm workers then, you guys take this knife and start cutting a piece of the cake, and you tell me how big your part must be. 135 farm workers later, the first 7 people already took up the whole piece of the cake because they were greedy. They wanted a bigger piece. I said, excuse me, what about the rest? Oh, we forgot about them. And that was when I realized that's how people see. They always want, and they don't look at the others. Here we want to start an empowerment business, and already the 7 wants everything. We walked on the table for almost an hour until everyone had a piece of that cake. And there was some left over. The bit that was left over, I said to them, that is your equity. So what can you do in this business? You can buy more shares. The long and the short of it, David said, I will contribute 4.2 hectares of land, agricultural land, also tourism, and you guys can start building your own guest house and start producing your own wine. So I needed to get everyone's head around the fact, if they want to share in this business, they need to give everything and share with everyone. So we started doing an analysis of who have the ability to grow in the business. En ek was harregat met die mense. There was not, it's a freebie, it's a BE deal nonsense. What I said is, and I've learned, if you give people stuff for free, they will abuse it. If they work for it, you will see the results. And I've seen it here in this 18 years. It's a tough road to go. We decided not to have a trust. We decided to create a PTY Limited. We decided that the shares will be in the hands of Yapi and Jan and Denise and all of it. And David made it so damn hard for me. He said to me, I don't know where we're going, but you're not going to get one bonus or any increase, but you will get sweat equity in this business. And if you make this business successful, you can become the majority shareholder of the business. So in November, no, before that, we built our guest house. So today, Thokozani has a four-star grading guest house, 4-star, right? BE 4-star, not because we're black. It was graded with the SA Council, the Tourism Council, 4-star guest house, and it's fully paid off. Not because we've got a lot of money. We did not get 1 cent from government. And Harry, you said that at the beginning. We learned very early in our lives. As soon as you depend on other people's handouts and you want to be part of Black economic empowerment and you're not prepared to work hard, it's not going to work. Your business not going to be sustainable. The long and the short of it, we took out a loan at Standard Bank, 3.5 million. We had an aggressive marketing plan to get people onto this farm. You will be picked up from the gate with a tractor. You will drink a lot of wine and you will sleep over here and you will come back because we will give you the best experience ever. And you know, the people is the shareholders of the business. So we became a family. My English was non-existing. I needed to upskill my English. David said to me, all right, you teach me your lekker colored Afrikaans and I'll teach you my lekker British English. And you can hear there's a bit of a swing in my English today. I'm very proud of my English and what I've achieved today. We own the guest house today. We sent out our wine. We did not start our wines with entry level. We literally kept the momentum on the level of Dimersfontein. And I'm so proud, and I'm really proud, Harry, because this specific brand, Thokozani Cab Franc, all of you wine lovers can have a look now. The first time ever at the Old Mutual National Awards done by Michael Friedjohn, ek is bang vir hy man, because he never gave you one positive review. He said, well done. I got lost. That was Cab Franc. It's amazing. All right. That's the Cab Franc. This award took all 3 top awards at Old Mutual. And you know what? For once, they didn't advertise us as a Black-owned brand. They advertised us as a successful brand. We have 3 amazing wines that's internationally recognized. We export today to 7 different countries. The people love the story, but first of all, they love our wines and then the story. Our farm workers over the years have received their dividends. Things are just great for today's platform because we will be declaring our first major dividend at the end of September now to our 65 farm workers. Anyone that wants to do empowerment, ladies and gentlemen, it's a hell of a job. Even me as a person of color will tell you that, because if you have your shareholders agreements in place, the people's going to ask you, what the hell? We made sure that each person in our business, from Yapi, from down on the ground level, right up to senior level, need to be 3 years in this business, permanent, without a record. You need to prove that you're here for this brand. We grilled people to get training, okay? And now we're reaping this. I am very proud of what we've achieved today. I sit on a few boards of directors today. It doesn't matter. It's just a directorship or whatever. It's just titles. I am not qualified. I don't have my MBA. I have a 4 years diploma in fashion and art. That's why I've got my dookie on today. That's what I've done. And I'm very proud of what I've achieved. And I have 1 degree today. Harry, You need to write this down because it's on my business card. I've got the patent rights on it. I don't have the MBA. I have my QBE degree, and I'm very proud of it. I'm qualified by experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end off by this. You know, I told you a story, or maybe I didn't. Oh, I love that. I love the things that's coming through. QBE, ladies and gentlemen, qualified by experience. You must use this at any university because we have a relationship with George Washington University. That was the one question I asked them. What do you call a QBE degree? None of them could answer me because they were all about the MBAs and the doctor's degrees. This is the best degree to have. I dirty these hands. I work very hard for what I want. I love seeing change. I don't believe in a system of BEE scorecards that's going to make this work. I'm still fighting the battle in this wine industry. Majority white, male dominated. I don't care. My shoulders are broad. I work on facts. I work with my people and we don't take shit. I'm sorry, Harry, you can peep that out. We've got passion for this industry. I love what I'm doing. I'm going absolutely nowhere. And this hair here, it's my natural gray. I don't need to go to a hairdresser to get not Botox, wat se goed se naam. I just do it natural. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening, but I am a natural. And you all of you are welcome to come to this farm and meet the people. And never forget, the people that you meet here is the shareholders of the business. And I'm ending off to say this. This is our biggest moment. November 2020, Thokozani signed a deal with Fontaine, and we bought 55% in brand Fontaine. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just because, totally not of transformation. David and Sue Sonnenberg are our father and mother figure. You don't kick a dog down that fed you all the time. So ek dink is iets soos dit, but you always keep the person there that helped you up until today. They are our people, we love them, and we are proud to be Fontaine and Thokozani. God bless you all.
Denise, as always, truly inspiring, and you're welcome to say shit. It's shows the realness. There's nothing wrong with that. The shit with the dookie, you know, that's the bipolar nature of entrepreneurship, and you live your passion. And as somebody said there in the comments, real people, real results, and you definitely demonstrate that. I know you have to run to the memorial. I just want to ask you one question. Yes. In November, you signed the deal. You're already paying dividends, but the alcohol industry and the wine industry has been under massive pressure. Yes. How have you remained resilient, stayed the course, stayed passionate, despite the challenges you faced?
Listen, Harry, I wrote to President Ramaphosa with the whole team here, and we shared our feelings in writing. The National don't understand the trouble we're going through. It's devastating for us. But what we've done is we've changed our goalposts. We are focusing more now on our exports because locally we're dying a slow death. Our brand is what's keeping us alive. The brand loyalty is what keeps us alive, and what we're doing ethically is what keeping us alive.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Denise. We will let you go. Our condolences for the family members. I know it's a trying time on the health issue, but thank you for being that pillar of light, not only in your community, but across the world with such an important brand. And for everybody else, go to the website, free delivery. Their wine is truly amazing. And what better excuse do you need to drink good wine than to support the local economy? So do your bit for the country, drink their wine. Thanks, Denise. Really appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So great way to kick us off. Denise's story from really grassroots level. And Pniel is the little dorpie that you ride through when you go from Stellenbosch on the way to Franschhoek. A lot of cyclists there, a lot of motorbikes always, and it's this little dorpie that's really allowed many people to be put on the map, and such great insights. You know, you can see the passion. She lives and breathes that passion. But I hope you paid attention when she said in passing, in November 2020, we bought a 55% share in the Demisfontein brand. So they're not quite there yet to buy the whole farm. I know that's in their plans, but bought the brand, the trading company. And it's bite-sized chunks. It's starting small. It's one step at a time. And then slowly but surely the momentum gains and one gets to that. And what a truly inspiring position to be in, to already be paying dividends to staff that have lived there for generations sometimes. So great way to kick us off.